Today's Friday, June 19th, 2020. Just enjoying my last moments here on the beaches of Nag's Head, here on the Outer Banks. Woke up and caught the sunrise here this morning. Super sweet, felt really good. It's been a while since I've caught sunrise. Been a long time since I've seen the sunrise here on the Outer Banks off the ocean. My friend Mary, who I've been staying with, joined me out here and we got to sit and share a nice quiet sunrise. And I'm getting ready to hop in my car and drive back up to Virginia. Spend the next few days with my dad and hang out with him some more before I head back to BC. Spend the solstice and Father's Day with him on Sunday before I fly back home on Monday. And heart is feeling really full. These couple of days here on the beach have been so good for me. I could easily spend the summer here this year, just spend 3 months. If I could take at least 3 months for me to just catch up and say hi to all of my old friends here. Just to drop in and have one conversation with everybody, it would take probably a few months. Probably take that long for me to just reconnect back in with the rhythms of this place and all the parts of it that I like so much. The pelicans, that's what I'm remembering this time around, is how much I like the pelicans here. We cruise together in groups and long lines. This morning I counted 11 of them flying in a straight line up, and they fly like less than a foot off the water. They'll just come gliding in, catching the lift off the waves. They'll come in high and then drop in low and just glide along the water. That, and when they're alone, they'll cruise high and then dive straight down for fish. It's fun to watch the pelicans here. I realize I don't really see them anywhere else in the other places I've lived. Yeah, lots of good things happening here on the Outer Banks. I miss this place. I'm feeling too the fullness of, wow, what can go down in one day. I just think about the handful of people that I got to connect with yesterday, the powerful conversations I had. 3 big conversations I had were on the phone with people who weren't here, but they were very profound, all 3 of them. And a lot moves and shifts and changes in between each conversation. And then in real life, I caught up with how many different friends? 3, 4 different friends total, and here in real life yesterday, besides the 3 conversations. Not to mention the handful of people that I interacted with yesterday that I didn't know. Just people I'm crossing in my moves and travels during the day. And the conversations I had even with the strangers, on top of the conversations with my friends. The meals I shared. They're big, all of them. A lot of the conversations are if not life-changing for me, they have life-changing implications for me and the person I'm speaking with. And they're big concepts where we're working with decision making that's going to affect the next few months or next years of our lives, or even our understanding of what the reality is around us. As always, relationships come up in the conversation. Truth and honesty and transparency in relationships. Conversations about abuse in relationships. Cycles of abuse. The strength and clarity it takes to pull ourselves out of abuse. To recognize it for what it is and to pull ourselves free from it. And to struggle with the heart pain of why. Why do people we love hurt us? And do we have the strength to continue on trusting that we won't be alone as we make our journey? Feeling right now the handful of people that I would still like to reach out to and connect with before I leave. And this visit's been so good, and when I touch in I realize there's so many more people I'd like to see and things I'd like to do while I'm here. And life's rich that way sometimes. It's like there's more than we can fit into little moments, more than we could fit into conversations. Conversations get started that want to continue for days and weeks, and they've usually already gone on for a couple hours at that point. So. Again and again in the conversations it comes up, like, what can we do sometimes when we get overwhelmed by the enormity of disconnect? So we look out at the public or the masses and we feel like so many people I guess are asleep on a lot of levels, and there's so many different levels to that asleepness. And how to have sympathy and compassion for the fact that we live in a world where it's kind of encouraged to be asleep. And what does it take to pull ourselves out of that sleepiness? And where do we go once we wake up? This morning's conversation around sunrise, I was realizing how much spirituality is based in the physical. And how we take care of our bodies, how we show up for ourselves, how we take care of our health, how we take care of our boundaries so that we're not allowing other people to hurt us or abuse us, how we take care of our hearts, how we align ourselves with things like the solstice and the equinox, with the cycles of the new moon and the full moon. How we open up our channels to hear through the earth what our guidance is. How how to live our lives in right alignment in these bodies right now is going to be in alignment with the planet Earth that we're on, and that any message that we receive from Spirit is actually coming through the planet, through Mama Gaia. It's going to be coming up through the Earth to help us. How can we be the best human being on the planet right now? Like, that instruction would come from her. And as more and more of us humans are tuning in with that, that we will naturally fall into a harmony, like with each other across the planet, without needing to show up and organize a plan, or show up and have to teach each other what to do, or to say, hey, this is what we're doing, and instruct people. Like, it's just more of a matter of attuning our own personal vessel so that we're hearing what I understand to be is like the phrase original instructions. You know, what it means to be a human being on planet Earth is gifted to us through our bodies, through the Earth itself, through the sun, through our star, the sun, like feeding us with life, with light, with information directly, also feeding it into the Earth is feeding it into us. That the whole cosmos is alive and helping us, that it's up to us to tune in with it and to align ourselves to hear that vibrational frequency, that truth frequency, and that as we do that, it really simples up all the noise of planetary confusion. Of all the, is this right or is that right? Or are these people right? Or should we do this or should we do that? Like, you know, what's better? What's good? What's bad? Like, sometimes all that noise is just that. And the more we get ourselves physically attuned and aligned, is the same thing as getting spiritually attuned and aligned, to clear our channels, to hear source energy, spirit speaking to us through the Earth, through our bodies. How do we show up and take care of the planet? How do we show up and take care of ourselves? How do we show up and shine our lights bright for the whole human species right now that seems to be in a real growing pains of sorts as a species, as a collective consciousness? Mary and I just had a real deep conversation after sunrise, asking lots of fun questions and deep diving in lots of directions. And she and I have been friends for over 15 years, 17 years, something like that. I left the Outer Banks 11 years ago. So many of my friends here, we go back 15 years, 20 years. It's cool to reconnect, to see where we are with our lives, what's similar, where our world views line up, where our understandings of reality line up. So grateful for the ocean, for the sound of these slow crashing waves, for the little bit chilly, salty waters that I've swam in these last couple of days. It's felt so good. Really grateful for all the sunshine I've gotten. Grateful for all the cool bird life I've seen these last couple of days. Grateful for all the wide open spaces, like, other than the sand dunes, it's really flat here. And forget how, you know, with the ocean horizon, you can see far in every direction. Good sunrises over the ocean, good sunsets over the sound. Big skies in every direction. I think that's my share for this morning. Really happy to have this part of my travels caught here on one of the videos. And just how much my energy's changed even in the last couple of days just being here. Just want to offer my love, take this hat off, and hey, say thank you. Send my love and greetings out to all of you who are watching this video. Have a beautiful day. Bye.